So this is ABO Desire episode 11 novel spoilers, and this one is for Sun Wenlang and Gaotu. And around the time the earthquake happens, Gaotu discovers that he was pregnant, and though the details on his pregnancy is actually around the last chapters of the main story, and I don't know if it will be shown in episode 11, but still I'll talk about it. So yeah, when Gaotu discovers that he was pregnant, the doctor from the pheromone department strongly recommends him to terminate the pregnancy. For a patient like him with pheromone imbalance disorder without any bonded partner, it was impossible to carry the child to term, and for the sake of his life and his safety, he was advised to terminate the pregnancy and give up on the child. But Gaotu still said if there were any other ways and how there were artificial soothing pheromones, and maybe he could try using the pheromones of other alphas with high compatibility. And the doctor said that the chances were very low, and seeing Gaotu, who was already haggard due to the pregnancy, said that the alpha Gaotu liked was really a scumbag, but Gaotu said that he was not and it was his fault. But the doctor said that it takes two, like something like it takes two to tango, and if the alpha who really didn't like omegas, how could he make an omega pregnant and all, something like that. Gaotu did not want to discuss on that situation anymore, so he said that he knew the doctor meant well, but he really wanted that child. And when he finally admitted that, he felt an overwhelming wave of shame for wanting to keep someone else's baby, and he still insisted on why he can't use someone else's soothing pheromones. The doctor replied helplessly that how pregnancy was already far more difficult for patients with pheromone imbalance disorder, and without the soothing effect of their bonded alphas pheromone, it was very impossible to get through the gestation period alone, and how Gaotu have already experienced his firsthand on how his early pregnancy symptoms were very much severe than ordinary omegas. But Gaotu still insisted on using someone else's soothing pheromones or even artificial soothing pheromones. The doctor said that even after using someone else's soothing pheromones, it could be very risky, but if there were any willing volunteers, then Gaotu could use pheromones extract. But even after, with all that, using someone else's pheromones during a pregnancy could be very risky, so he had still advised Gaotu to terminate the pregnancy. But Gaotu still insisted if there were any chance, and if he did obtain the soothing pheromones extracts of the child's father, would that help him keep the child? So he went as far as preparing a whole legal plan. He had lawyers draft a bunch of legal paperwork from parental property and inheritance, everything, for he thought that Sun Wenlang was someone who could be reasoned with. And he had everything planned in order to prove that his intentions were pure, for he only wanted the child and not the man. And with all that in his hands, Gaotu finally mustered up the courage and asked Sun Wenlang what he would do if he got his omega pregnant one day. And Sun Wenlang, remembering how he had accidentally slept with an omega, was very angry and mercilessly replied that he would have it aborted. Hearing that answer, Gaotu fell into a complete despair. He was so heartbroken, and he felt fear that Sun Wenlang would do the same to him if he were to know of his pregnancy. But he still tried to reason with him by saying how forcing an omega to abort the child was not very good. But Sun Wenlang, as always, said that Gaotu should stop talking about omega, and if he didn't feel any disgusted. And it was the first time Gaotu ever talked back with him, saying that how Sun Wenlang's continuously talking bad about omegas was against ABO equality rights or something. And after hearing Gaotu talk back, Sun Wenlang asked if he, a beta, was going to sue on behalf of an omega, but Gaotu did not do any of that. He just handed his resignation letter the next day. So yeah.